everyone. My name is Nodin Perry, and we are going to bring to you an amazing episode. We're going to talk about some interesting issues. It's the hard conversation that sparked change in the society. And I am with my amazing people who are going to share their insights, and we're going to tackle abortion as our first topic. So, the first question was uh, a girl and a boy are in a relationship, right? And then the girl discovers that she's pregnant, but she wants to abort the child. That's her first decision, right? But then again, she chooses to share this information with the boyfriend. When two people are dating, there's supposed to be transparency, communication, and all that stuff, right? But now the boyfriend doesn't want the girl to go ahead and abort. Instead, he says the girl should keep his child, and after 9 months, he can give the child to the boy, and he can raise the child by himself. So, if you are in this situation, as the girl in this situation, what would you do? Would you go ahead and abort the child? Or would you keep your child and give your child to your boyfriend after you've given birth? So, what do you think, guys?
If I may just begin, I feel like when we are looking at such a situation, we need to, okay, as an advocate in training, I will obviously look at it from the legal point of view, yeah?
Yeah.
So first of all, Article 26(4) of the Constitution prohibits abortion. It is something that is not to be allowed unless the life of the mother is in danger, and that is purely medical. So from my point of view, from my legal point of view. And just before I get into it, let me just say that the sentiments I'm about to give are my own sentiments. They are not affiliated to any organization, including Justice Defenders. But now, as I was saying, from a legal point of view, I would advise that no one considers abortion. None of those people consider abortion. But now, if we're looking at the economic considerations, social considerations, and the quote unquote promise that the boy has given, it would also be in the best interests of the lady to keep the child. Yeah. In the if the boy or the man is actually truly true to his word and saying that he would take the child and he would take care of the child without the help of the mother or the lady. But again, looking at it wholly and getting into this conversation of pro choice and pro life, it would ultimately be the woman's decision. Yes, that is what I can say about it.
Quick question. Is Kenya a pro-life or pro-choice?
Kenya is pro life, yeah.
Just explain to our viewers.
Okay, so pro life is we are how do I say it? We encourage life. So everyone has a right to live unless legally limited. A legal person, I would always lean on the law.
According to my own opinion, I think for me it is better for the girl to keep the child. As we have had, abortion is a crime in Kenya, it is illegal. So if we looked at it in the health aspect, it means that no doctor is allowed to perform abortion unless the life of a mother is in danger. So meaning if the girl considers abortion, she might have to go to quack doctors, and that might end up destroying her life in the end. I would just advise, since the boyfriend has agreed to take responsibility, just keep the child and the rest will you put into place. No, as if I was in that position, I would keep the child, considering the man has accepted responsibility. It's good.
So, okay, for you, what I'm getting from you is that from the word go, you would choose to keep the child. Like the abortion thing wouldn't even cross your mind to begin with.
My mind.
Okay, sure.
Disclaimer, what I'm about to say is not a reflection of Empowerment Pathways Alliance. It's also not a reflection of the African Federation or any other organization I'm affiliated with. But in the society right now, how many kids do have moms and they do not have dads? And at first, you find that these men, the men in our society, they did say they're going to be present dads, yeah? They're going to take care of kids. But when we look at it right now, statistically speaking, it's not the case. So I will say that one, yes, in a relationship, being that you two have consented to be in a relationship, it is important to have a conversation about it and express what each of you feel about that situation. But still, no particular person should force their opinion on the other person unless you agree. So you can always disagree to agree. It is a communication thing.
It is my personal decision to keep the child or to abort, not a conversation I should hold with a boyfriend, whether he wants to be present or not. If he wanted a kid, surrogate mothers are present, so you can go for that option. A kid relationship, no, I wouldn't keep it as per now.
Okay, so you are pro-choice.
Yeah, very 100.
Before I continue, these are not the opinion of justice defenders. These are my own personal opinion as an advocate of the High Court. Now, when we talk about abortion, in my thinking is that we make laws for the present. That's our only problem as a country. We don't make laws for the future. Had we made laws for the future, this conversation will be long, long gone. For instance, I assume that when the topic of abortion comes in, is when now the statistics show that there's a lot of abortions happening and those other things. So you find that our lawmakers will quickly go and fix some few issues for that time. But have we ever looked at ourselves 20 years to come? Do we want our population to increase? Are we looking at us competing with other countries, other bigger democracies? So if we look at it that way, we're going to make abortion not only in the law, because once we make abortion in the law, it is the law. So personally, I am not for abortion. The life of a child is very important. There is a song by Sauti Sol like kila mtu anakuja na sahani yake. So why should you curtail the life of this child? This child will be the next Obama. This child will be the next president of Kenya. I agree, inakuja ikiwa empty, but bora kuna sahani. So sahani is the first step. So let us start, kuna sahani, bora nakuja na sahani yake. So we start from there. So me as a legal practitioner, as an advocate, maybe you're going to ask me, will I defend somebody who has committed abortion in court? There's the moral aspect and there's the legal aspect. When a client comes to me and there's that case of abortion, we have the Cabranc rule. The Cabranc rule states that akikuja, you attend. You don't have the subjective decisions that you make. You attend. Now, if it is really conflicting with you, you must make that decision candidly. And of course, if my colleague can, I'll explain to my colleague that maybe this issue, I am personally conflicted with it. And then my colleague will take it. So that is all for now. Thank you.
Oh, wow. Controversial issues, the downside is they're pretty emotive. But looking at about abortion reminds me of the time in first year when we were writing about it. Back then, technically, there are no laws in Kenya on abortion, right? Most of the times you come under Article 26.4. But again, I would say I'd keep the child on the basis that monetary value, from procuring abortion to healing, to what it does to someone. It's not a decision you can walk away from. I'd like to build on my point,
Okay.
which was on monetary value. So, by the fact that we don't have laws that governing abortion, like specific laws. You find that that's why there are quack doctors. So when you go to a quack doctor, it's an illegal thing. They're going to charge you higher because they're also protecting themselves. Now, how will the process be? In what conditions? And let's say you develop a complication from it. With the money to walk to another hospital, I'm sure it's going to be tricky because they'll be like, what brought about that? It will be an illegality leading to another.
Okay, any other person with a different view before I take it over from here? Okay.
Maybe just one on there's the law,
Mm.
but sometimes the judges will interpret the law differently to fit a certain situation for that time. For example, if the law states that this should happen, like what my sister said,
Yeah, it is when she was declared dead early in her pregnancy, they couldn't terminate. The family wanted the termination to happen. Everyone was in support of that, and the public also it sparked a public outroar because she did not even have a choice, and it's her body. She's not in a position to even make a decision about it, and the people close to her who love her already were in this position that she's already had enough. We want her to rest. So the political side, they were against the lady being put to rest finally.
the Bible says, was the law made for man or man was made for the law?
Which
What
one?
does it say?
Okay, I will say basically it is men who make law.
Yes.
So the law should actually be
Yes.
it should govern you
Yes.
in a way, so it should be nice to you because you're the one that made the law. I don't know.
Okay.
So,
I feel
the problem, the more the laws, the more the evil the society.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of laws which make us like go down. Like not the law you're talking about in that country. I'm not a member of parliament for that place, but I would say, but of Georgia. So, but what I would say is that there's another interpretation called the Dworkin kind of interpretation of law. Like if we find the law is like this and it doesn't fit to us, the judges have an opportunity to interpret it in such a way that it fits the situation, and then the law is amended. So because that law never had exceptions, that and it never foresaw situation whereby there'll be a mother who is clinically dead, but there's a fetus inside her which is supposed to be saved. So so something like that. Thank you.
Yeah, we cannot blame maybe the justice system. Maybe they had never had such a case, so they just had to think of something to save. The first reaction was save the life that you can. So if this child had the opportunity to be saved, and maybe the only way to save that child was to keep the mother alive. As we have heard, the pregnancy was such at an early stage. If we take it out and put it in an incubator, the probability of the child surviving is very low. A child below 6 months, 6 months and below,
That one was 7 months.
Three before she got into the accident, the pregnancy was 4 months. So you see, if they decided to keep the baby, the probability of the child surviving would be low. So if keeping that child alive meant that the mother should be alive, should be kept in that life supporting machine to help the baby, I feel that was the right decision for the government.
Okay. Okay. May I just say something?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I totally understand where you're coming from. But again, we need to I don't know the laws of Atlanta, Georgia, but I'll use Kenyan laws.
Yes.
Kenyan laws are interpreted holistically depending on the circumstances. Yeah. So that if we are keeping this woman in the hospital, she's already clinically dead, just to save a child who is only 3 months old. what are we doing to all the other people around her? The family, probably the husband, the child would
And even
grow
the child
without a
has,
mother.
yes.
And you see, even the child has issues.
I think,
issues.
and I
It's
guess
not
it's
me.
also gonna invoke trauma.
Yeah, that's
Because
Exactly.
what would you think now being in a situation, let's say Nolin, you are 12 years old, at least then maybe you start to understand things. And you get a backstory that, you know, the government could not allow your mom to die in peace. They had to do that to keep you
Plus,
alive.
also their family won't like accept the child as their own because they initially wanted, their mother to rest. So they'd be like, our child suffered, no, our daughter
Yes,
suffered
suffered
because
because
of you.
She wasn't suffering.
But
She was dead.
You see,
Hey.
Hey, suffering.
Suffering. When you die,
mental.
hey, you should rest.
dead. She was
No, you
dead.
should rest in peace when you die.
Imagine you
That's
should
torture.
rest. You see,
Yeah.
the thing is, even when looking at it holistically, we are not only looking at the child and the mother. We are looking at
The
everything.
community.
Remember again, this sparked some great controversy with the public. There was what did you say? There was a sort of demonstrations about
Yes,
it.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
So you can imagine it is also impeding on the security of the nation itself. The court ought to have interpreted such things with looking at the whole thing. Even for real, the child gets to 12, 13, they understand and they just go do a Google search and they see, oh, my
They'll
mom
start
was.
hating
Imagine it's
themselves.
going to be a
Mm,
whole
it's not
thing.
good.
It's going to be a whole thing.
Because
Yeah.
take an example of when a child is born and then the mother dies at childbirth. Do you know the kind of stories that are told when they grow in a toxic relationship? If I'm the husband and my wife dies giving birth to you and I loved my wife more, this child will grow up in a very, very toxic environment.
And we
Trust
can
you
even
me.
we can actually see this situation in case-to-case movies that are
Yeah,
portraying this.
exactly.
You know, I hate you because my
The
wife
reason
died
Die
why
because
because
of
of
you.
you.
So many men will be like, I will choose for you to die and save my
My
wife
wife.
so that later she can give birth
to
again.
another person.
You
And
know?
if she
But
can't, they can adopt or
it depends. Was the life put in such a situation? I had an option to save my wife, and yet my wife died.
I
But
had an
3 months.
option to let go, but you
Yeah.
kept her for 4
Yeah,
months.
that's crazy.
Do you see the correlation?
That's crazy. Because honestly, look at the African parents we have right now.
Yeah.
Trust you me, if it was in Kenya, most people wouldn't accept that child.
Yeah.
Trust you me. So, me, according to me, this whole thing should be a personal issue. The government shouldn't interfere with what I choose to do with my body. Okay, pro life najua mtakasirika vibaya sana, but that's the truth. Whatever I choose to hata ukiangalia the consequences, who are they affecting? Me.
The mother.
If I choose, listen, when you pro life, calm down. Honestly, look at it this way.
The moderator has taken sides.
I'm just trying to bring a neutral, like this. Okay, look at this way.
It is
If
alright.
I choose
Give your own
to
opinion.
abort, if I choose to abort, it's my decision.
Decision.
Everything is on me. How will that affect you, Suzanne? Okay, I know it will affect my family if maybe I die. Itakuwa grief.
Yeah, to them.
That I understand. But they're going to heal from it. They're going to
Learn from it.
But now, how will it affect you, Suzanne, if I abort?
And maybe what we can say to just close this aspect, this is what I'll say. The government, each government should have systems that allow individuals to make a choice.
Exactly.
Within
That's what I
also
wanted to
the
say.
legal parameters. So a choice that allows you to do what you want to do, but still protect other individuals or
From being
other parties
affected.